Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 secured credit cards that you can have in your wallet. Now, before I dive into the list for today, I'm going to quickly explain what a secured credit card is and how exactly they differ from unsecured cards. Well, the main difference is pretty simple. A secured card is going to be funded by you. The amount that you deposit for the card is going to determine your credit limit. So with these secured cards, if you put down a $200 deposit, then in that case, $200 is going to be your credit limit. Then, on the other hand, with an unsecured card, you're not going to be required to put down any type of deposit. Instead, your credit limit will be based on factors such as your credit history, income, etc. Now, you might be wondering, why would you need to put down a deposit with a secured card, but not with an unsecured card? The reason for this is the card issuer needs to see that you have at least a decent credit score before giving you one of their unsecured cards. With one of their secured cards, you would already be putting down a deposit, which would also be your credit limit, so then, if you fail to pay it back, it's not as big of a deal for them. So basically, these secured cards can work as a great way to start your credit building journey, and although they don't usually have a lot of perks, such as spend bonuses or cash back, they can definitely help you begin building your credit. Then, after using a secured card for 1 year while making 100% of on-time payments, usually you can then move on to an unsecured card with much better benefits. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and move into our list for today. So starting off at number 5, we have the US Bank Secured Credit Card. With this card, you're able to make a deposit of anywhere between $300 as the minimum, all the way up to $5,000 as the maximum. These deposits will be used to open a US Bank Secured Savings Account, which will at least earn some interest and won't be touched as long as your account remains open and in good standing. The great thing about this card is that although it doesn't have any perks such as cash back, there's not going to be any type of annual fee. With some of the other secured cards in the market, unfortunately, you will be hit with an annual fee of anywhere between $25 to $40. Of course, they do have some other fees on the account that you will want to make sure to look into, such as a $40 late payment fee and foreign transaction fee, but those are ones that you really won't have to worry about as long as you leave this card at home if you do happen to travel abroad, and as long as you're making all these payments on a timely basis. After 1 year of using this card, you can then ask to upgrade the card to an unsecured one, such as their US Bank Cash Plus card, at which point you can then start earning some more benefits. If your request is approved, you should then receive your initial deposit back within 10 to 14 days. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the 4th card on our list for today, which is the Bank of America Secured Credit Card. With this card, there's also a minimum deposit required of at least $300, with the maximum deposit being $4,900. This, again, will be your starting credit limit. Of course, if Bank of America deems that you're ineligible for the amount that you do send in, and believes that you should actually have a lower limit, they'll send you a check back for the difference. So, for example, if you provide an initial deposit of $1,000, but Bank of America believes, based on your income and credit history, that you should only have a $500 credit line, they'll send you a check back for $500. Now, one of the things that I like about this card is just like the US Bank Secured Card, you also won't have to pay an annual fee. Since building or rebuilding your credit takes some time, it's great knowing that you at least won't have to pay an annual fee. Just like any other credit card in the market though, secured or unsecured, there will be other fees such as late fees, but again, as long as you're making your payments on time, you won't have anything to worry about. This is also why I strongly recommend setting up autopay once approved for any card, which will give you one less thing to worry about. Just ensure that if you do set up autopay, that you always have sufficient funds in your account. After 12 months of having this card, Bank of America will then automatically review your account to see if you're eligible to graduate to an unsecured card. If approved, which of course isn't guaranteed, you will receive your initial deposit back in your account. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the third card on our list for today, which is going to be Citi's secured credit card. With this card, there is a bit lower of a minimum security deposit of just $200. If you wish, you can go just a little bit higher, all the way up to $2,500. Just like the other two cards on our list for today, this one will also be reporting to all 3 credit bureaus, which, if you're making your payments on time, should help you in building your credit score. Also with this card, you won't have to be paying any annual fees either. If you make on-time payments for the first 18 months of having this card, usually you will be approved for an upgrade to one of their unsecured cards. Of course, 18 months is a good bit longer than the other cards on our list for today, so that is one thing that you'll definitely have to keep in mind. Alrighty, so now we're going to move on to the second card on our list for today. But first, before doing so, for a limited period of time, Webull is giving out 2 free stocks to my subscribers. So if you click on the link in the description box below and sign up for an account, Webull will send you the first one valued up to $300. Then, if you make a deposit of at least $100, at that point, Webull will send you the second free stock, this one being valued up to $2,000. So if you're interested, definitely make sure to click the link in the description box below. Okay, so now we're back to the content in today's video with the second best secured card on our list being the Capital One secured MasterCard. What's great about this card is that they have one of the lowest initial required security deposits of just $49, $99, or $200. From there, once you make the minimum required security deposit, you'll get an initial credit line of $200. Starting at 6 months, Capital One will then review your account for a credit limit increase, although, as far as graduating to an unsecured card goes, they don't have any set in stone timelines. However, generally, after having this card for at least 1 year, you should be eligible to graduate to one of their unsecured cards. However, I have seen some people graduate to an unsecured card in as little as 6 months. That is the low end though, and I would most likely expect to have this card for at least 1 year before it becomes unsecured. In the meantime though, before it becomes an unsecured card, you at least won't have to pay any annual fees, which, let's face it, since you're not going to be getting any rewards such as cash back, at least you won't have to be paying any annual fees to use this credit card. Okay, so now we're going to move on to my favorite card on this list for today, at number 1, which is Discover It's secured credit card. Now, I hope the majority of people who watch this video did stay to the end, because this card is by far the best one on the list. And if you're still watching at this point in time and you've enjoyed the content in today's video, I would greatly appreciate it if you haven't already. If you could take just a few seconds out of your day to like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. By doing so, it lets YouTube know that it's a video that you enjoy, and therefore should get recommendations like this one in the future. Okay, so there are a couple of things about this card that I really enjoy. First off, like the other cards in this list, there are no annual fees. And secondly, which is my favorite, the fact that you can actually earn some cash back. This is something that's incredibly rare among secured cards, as you saw with the other ones in this list. They didn't offer any cashback rewards or spend bonuses. With Discover It's secured card, you'll earn 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants on up to $1,000 in combined purchases each and every quarter. On all other purchases, you'll be earning 1% cash back, which, although it certainly isn't great when compared to other credit cards in the market, it's still much better than the other secured cards on this list. Then, another great thing about this card is at the end of the first year, Discover will match all the cash back that you earned automatically. So if you earn $50 in cash back, Discover will match that at the end of the first year, giving you $50 just for using their credit card. That's pretty sweet, especially for being a secured credit card. To open your account, you will need a minimum security deposit of at least $200, and if you'd like, you can go all the way up to $2,500. After 8 months, Discover will automatically begin reviewing your account to see if you're eligible to graduate to one of their unsecured cards. This is also a much shorter timeline than many of the other secured cards on our list. So with that said, being that this card has a lower minimum security deposit, cashback rewards, a cashback match at the end of the first year, this one, in my opinion, is definitely the one to apply for. However, if you're not approved, then you really can't go wrong with any of the other cards that we went over today. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. If you did enjoy the content in today's video and you'd like to see more videos like it, I would greatly appreciate it if you could take just a few seconds out of your day to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also ring the notification bell. That way, you'll be the first to be notified when I do upload a new video. Okay, so until next time, I'll see you guys, and I hope you have a great day today.